Hi, everybody. This is Madhav here from Remote Marketing. And I know you guys, you folks are, enjoying your holidays and everything. So I'm going to keep this episode super short. And today's episode is going to be all about something that all of us, almost everybody, is bad at keeping, which is New Year resolutions, right? They never work. And they never work for me as well, and that's particularly why I started doing these year-end reviews. And this is just like by accident, and it somehow worked really great for me. And so today I'm going to talk about year-end reviews, what they are, why people do it, why companies do it, and how you can do that too. Just like a simple template to follow. All right, so a year-end review is just kind of like it's a piece of content which covers the events of the past year for you or your company. And lots of companies do it today. Like, you'd be surprised. Like, I think more than 50% of the companies do that. This could be totally wrong, by the way, but the figure could be totally wrong. But a lot of companies do that, from everything from an Uber to a Gmail to pretty much all famous SaaS companies, non-SaaS, e-commerce, everyone does that. Even Amazon does that. And it usually, the format is slightly different. The content of the year-end review is often different, but it's mostly like it details all the wins of the year. And some companies just details that, just the wins, and makes it like a big social shareable piece. Some companies do a more in-depth postmortem where they're like, it details all the wins and failures and how they're planning to address that in the coming year. And it's something that not just companies do, that individuals do as well. So I know a lot of people that do that. I know I do that. But I've been doing these year-end reviews for about 4 years now. I started doing that in 2016. And it's just like a yearly tradition, that I've been doing, that I've also written now. You can actually go check out on the blog right now. The 2019 year-end review should be up now. In a day or two. You should go check it out on madhavb.com. So why do these year-end reviews, right? So if you might have noticed, right, like every year for a lot of people, it's just life just goes on in a very reactive way. Like things are being thrown at you, and you're kind of just tackling them. You're just dealing with life as it goes. Everything comes to you, you just deal with it and then kind of move on. And to a person like me, that is immensely unsatisfying. It's something I hate to see me just being in a reactive mode. I always like to take things more proactively. I want to take proactive control of my life. I want to ensure that I'm still progressing on the goals that I wanted. I'm still, like making my dream and my vision of whoever I want to be a reality, like, and working towards it. And I want to ensure that I'm moving on the path like how I defined it mostly. And the thing is that people, like, you'd be so surprised that, people just keep going on with their lives, like, just like this, dealing with life. And then, as they get old, they have these, really, really bad regrets. They're like, they regret on missed opportunities and wasting their life away. And that's why I keep emphasizing that it's important for you to reflect on the year and know what you need to do in the coming year so that you can actually take control of the direction of our life, right? So that's one of the reasons why. Take control of how I want to direct my life. That's one of the reasons why people do year-end reviews. The second reason is these year-end reviews are public. So it makes you accountable to yourself and the world because it's posted publicly. And that's a reason why you end up following through on your resolutions. And I can give you a real life example of that. For example, let's take this podcast. I've been wanting to do this remote marketing podcast since 2014, but I kept delaying it. I was just like, well, this is not the right time. This year I'm super busy. I'm going to do it next year. And then I missed that year. And it just went on. And then I finally put it on my agenda in 2018. And here we are, about 20 episodes in. So, and that's also primarily because I had posted this publicly. I posted it, in my 2018 review that I'm going to get the remote marketing podcast out in 2019. And I had a commitment to everybody who reads my blog, who listens to the podcast episodes, right? I didn't want to disappoint them, so I did it. And that's why year-end reviews are so powerful. It allows you to, follow through on the things that you want to do in the coming year, unlike New Year resolutions, right? Because those, there you're just accountable to yourself. With the year-end review, you're not just accountable to yourself, you're accountable to the world. So how do you kind of start with building your year-end review? There are lots of templates out there, right? You can see a lot of company reviews. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to share a template of how I do year-end reviews. And you can follow that for yourself in person. You can follow that for your company. And, if that comes out to be great or not great, just whatever, just share it with me on my email or Twitter, and I'd be happy to share it out. So, all right, so here's my template. The first thing I do is, across the entire year, I keep making notes of big things that I didn't do well or wanted to do well next year, things that I'm really proud of. It's like a big note with, like all of the items of this year in reflection. And, it's just, it's a lot of things. Sometimes it's like I realized one day that I make a lot of in, while on video. So I wanted to improve on that. That was something that I wanted to do, in the coming year. Or, it could be something like, it takes me like 4 weeks to write. Maybe I want to reduce that to 1 week, whatever it is. Like, there's just so many things. Now, if you haven't made some of those notes about what you're doing, what you want to improve on, all of that, that's also fine. There is another way to do that. You can do that next year. From next year onwards, keep actively looking at your life, see where you're doing well, where you want to do well in the coming year, and how you want to progress towards it. Keep making notes. But for this year, here's how you do the reflection, okay? Just sit down and reflect over 5 aspects of your life, all right? So there's work, travel, health, relationships, and then some important lessons learned and top resources, just that. So it pretty much covers everything. How your work, your career is going, how much you're traveling, which you enjoy or not enjoy, I'm not sure. Health, which is super important, for your well-being. Relationships, which is the most important things in life. And, just some lessons that you can, kind of tell yourself and to the world, and some top resources. The top resources could be like top podcasts, top blog posts, top tools that kind of impacted you, or top startups, right? And that's how I usually do that. If you go to my blog, madhavp.com, and check out the year-end reviews, the 3 year-end reviews I've done for 2018, 17, 16, they kind of have this similar theme: work, travel, health, relationships, and important lessons. So that's the reflection bit of it. That's where now you've looked into the year and you've realized that these are the things that I did right, I did not do right. Now you need to plan for the coming year, plan for the year ahead. So what I do is I list down from my notes everything I want to improve on in the coming year. And so, there are some items that are like managing myself better, or sleeping more, like 8 hours every day. And some are items that are like becoming a guest lecturer at a university, or learning how to do bachata. So some things like maybe managing myself better, sleeping better, I can prioritize for the coming year. And let's say something like learning how to do bachata can be prioritized to a year later. It's very important to prioritize and deprioritize, because you can't do everything. You need to have like a more sane plan for the year ahead. And then the fourth thing that I do here is, once I've done the reflection and the planning, I try to find a central theme as a big change for myself in the coming year. So, and this is inspired from all of the items that I plan to do for the coming year. So it's things like just to give you an example, for the coming year, I have items in my list like sleep better, manage work-life balance better, become more handy, have a strong daily stop time, improve work routines. And if you look at all of these things, right, improve routines, sleeping better, it kind of revolves around a central theme, which is managing myself better. So 2020 will be the year of managing myself better. That's my theme. That's pretty much what I want to achieve by the end of that year. And then there are lots of bits of it inside it. And just like that, I've had, themes for every year. Like 2019. So in 2018, I took the theme as year of balancing, calm, and focus. Like really, figuring out ways to improve my productivity, not be very reactive in life, not deal with life in a more chaotic and firefighting way, and just kind of improve how I function, in a more calm and focused way. I made a lot of progress on that. So 2019 was really about building on top of that that progress. So 2019 theme was year of continuous improvement on my goals of 2018. So 2018 was year of balancing, calm, and focus. 2019 was year of continuous improvement. 2017 was the year of embracing solitude. And that came through I wanted to, be very self-sufficient. I wanted to be doing things like I wanted to make solo trips. I'd never done that. Or I wanted to be okay to, go sit at a pub alone, or be able to take out self-reflection, time every couple of weeks, sit with myself, talk with myself, know, what is going on in my mind. And so that's why those kind of items became the theme of year of embracing solitude. So that's why it's very important to kind of have a central theme that will allow you to kind of keep that in mind as you progress towards the year. Now, for this reflection and planning, what I do is to kind of make this brainstorming a little easier, I use mind maps. And you can do that on paper, or you can use online software like Xmind. And the main thing is I make this mind map, and it gives me like a 360 degree of everything that I want to do. And then I print it out, and then I paste it in my bedroom. So every day of the year, I look at it and see how I'm progressing towards my goal. It's just such a great way to kind of know how you're going. And what's amazing about these year in reviews is that every year since 2016, when I implemented this year in review, every year has been very different. Very different from each year. Each year has been super refreshing. I'm doing a lot of new things and progressing on projects that I was stuck at. And most importantly, following through on my resolutions, which we're so bad at in general. So I would definitely urge you to make your year in review. All right, do that. It's probably like half a day's exercise, but it's something that's going to benefit you immensely, and not just 1 year. Like, it's going to benefit you immensely for many, many years to come. You can read my year in reviews, 2018, 17, 16, and 2019 as well, on my blog madhavb.com. You'll be able to find it. You can just search for it there. And yeah, like, when you create these year in reviews, and if you follow this template or any other template, feel free to share it with me on madhav@remotemarketing.org. I would love to read, and I would love to get to know you, basically. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope, I wish you all the best with all of your introspection, but most importantly, have a great time with your loved ones. Enjoy this break, and I wish you a great 2020. All right, have a good one, and see you next year. All right, bye.